welcome to another Teacher's Corner. I'm Teacher Kirby, and in this episode, we're going to be going over the fleet gear and items that you can get that you can purchase with fleet credits and dilithium from the research lab. So, as you see, I'm here at my fleet's research lab. Again, just like with the Spire, it is the research lab is uniform. In other words, it does not change depending on whether you are Federation or Klingon. So I will only be going through this one time. Locations are the same for both factions. So I first come into the main area, the Rotunda area, and I'm going to show you probably one of the most important things you're ever going to look at for the research lab, and that is the trait and R&D project slot store. So this one, and I bought them all on this character. Alright, so this has your traits, your let me show you. Here we go. Not skills, traits. This has your 5th traits here for starship traits, space reputation, ground reputation, and active reputation. It also has your 6th slot for R&D. So you notice I have 6 slots here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and one of them was purchased from here. As you purchase each one, it disappears, which is why it didn't show anything. Okay, so that's one of the things, especially if you're interested in improving DPS, that's one of the things you're definitely going to want to look for is that trait and R&D slot project store. All right. Now, the other things that you can get from the research lab over here in the development area, you can get, let's see, where are they? Here we go. Come over to the consoles, and there are kit frames available. Now these kit frames, you have, of course, engineering, science, and tactical. Now the interesting thing about these kit frames is that they are called versatile, whatever your profession, kit, and etc. Well, they have normal stats, armor, personal shield generator, weapon damage, but they also have something else. Sonic P. That means this kit has a sonic pulse ability. This is the same thing as a science kit module, sonic pulse. Okay. We also have one that has vascular regenerator, one that has battle strategies, one that has motion accelerator. And of course, this is for the engineers. And so as we scroll through, you'll see same thing with different mods, with K-Perf, with let's see, with motion accelerator, and you'll see, so there are, of course, different mods, and as your research lab becomes higher up, you'll have higher marks available for you of these same items. Okay, for science versatile kits come with either shield recharge, weapon malfunction, battle strategies, and motion accelerator. So those 4. And as you see, of course, the higher up your research lab, the higher mark up to Mark 13. And then tactical officers can get kits that have shield recharge, weapon malfunction, sonic pulse, and vascular regenerator. And of course, various things. So these are your versatile kits, and they allow you to have your 5 things. So there you go. So these are quite nice. You also have an NPC that allows you to do daily R&D missions. These do not cost any fleet credits. So there you go. And then you have what I consider to be one of the best things you can buy. You have the consoles. Now these consoles, there's 2 types. There's restorative, meaning that you have a chance whenever you hit a hull heal or a shield heal to get 6% bonus exotic damage for 30 seconds, and that can stack up to 5 times, so you can get up to 30% bonus exotic damage. Okay, and they have, you'll notice, 2 procs on them, so you can boost 2 things instead of 1. So usually the most common is the Control X EPG. Another popular one is the where is it? Drain X times 2. So those are the 2 popular ones. And then of course you have your exotic particle focuser. Now these have the same procs or modifiers. However, the activation is whenever you use any exotic damage ability, activates on the final tick, then you get your +6 bonus exotic damage for 30 seconds. So these are quite popular. Alright, so as you can see, these are good for science type builds, drain builds, etc. Okay, now there are also, in another area, oh, almost forgot about the duty officer guy. And there's also the duty officer assignments guide. This requires no fleet credits or dilithium. Sorry, my brain is not working today. And there you go. Now there's a whole nother room here. Let's move on to, and I'm going to go around. We don't want the conference room. I'm just going straight around to the research room. Now the research room has your tailor, which of course unlocks things. Now you have your kit module store, which of course has kit modules, and of course you open up more options as your fleet progresses, and of course higher marks as well, all the way up to Mark 13. And this fleet is maxed out. And then of course you have your secondary deflector store. Now there's 3 types of secondary deflectors: strategic, inhibiting, deteriorating, and resonating. Can never remember that word. And of course these have some very good modifiers. Okay, and they are, as we say, schmecksy for things like gravity well builds or drain builds if you're using a science ship that allows you to slot a secondary deflector. So, of course, something that you want to consider. So, there we go. And as you can see, same modifiers, and these are as the restorative particle focuser and exotic particle focusers are. These are also fairly cheap. All three are the same. Now you're going to want to look at what triggers these to what triggers these uh, do their magic. Okay, and there you go. Increases effectiveness. There you go. And of course, deteriorating. And you can see these are targeted by, or these apply for various things, and then these apply for other things. So you'll have to, it's important to know what is what, which will be another teacher's corner. And then of course there is the duty officer store. So this allows you to get your Crenum researcher, duty officer, and your rare and very rare. And of course these have various fleet credit costs. These are unprovisioned, so you can get as many as you want. And then you may have also heard of the bridge officers. These can be useful. Sometimes they are quite expensive, but they can be useful for reducing the cooldowns on your bridge officer abilities. As you see, 10% recharge speed for all engineering bridge officer abilities can stack 3 times. Okay, so there you go. And so these can be useful in certain situations. Alright, so that is what is available in the research lab. So again, the restorative and exotic particle focusers, various duty officers, the traits, the 5th traits unlocks, and the R&D 6 slot unlocks, and the kits and kit modules. So quite a long list of things that are available, some of which are extremely useful. So this has been Teacher Kirby talking about what is available, or fleet gear and other things available from the research lab. You can hear the discussion of Teacher's Corner live every Saturday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the Pilot Review Show. And if you like what you see and hear on Teacher's Corner, consider becoming a sponsor. Click that sponsor button under the video, or go to the main YouTube page and click the Patreon button and consider becoming a patron. And this is Teacher Kirby signing off.